Welcome to Reckless Paradise, everyone. I'm your host, Marissa. I'm here with my co host, Dystro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome to March. We are into March already. Wow.
It's like, where has the time go a little bit? Because, like, just 2 months ago, it felt like, like we just started January, we're off on, like, a fresh, hot start, and then it's like, boom, like, like, right in March.
It's like, wow. February went by really quickly.
hmm
February was a pretty stressful month for me, I'm not going to lie, which is weird because usually February is like my kind of good month out of the year, especially during this winter season. Like, February tells me that, okay, we're literally almost done winter. We can get through this kind of thing. But it was a very stressful month. But we're into March. It's a fresh new start. It's only the second day of March. Fresh new start, new opportunities. It's going to be a good one.
hmm
We got a jam-packed March for you guys. So I hope y'all are doing okay. I hope everybody had a really good week so far. My week's been pretty good. I didn't feel well. I haven't been feeling well. Just yesterday and today, physically, I've just been haven't felt good.
Yeah.
But we'll get through it. I'm actually feeling a little bit better right now, just because I got some food in my system.
hmm
Uh, but anyways, thanks for joining tonight, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. So we are adding on to our random ranking series that we had started. I think we started it late last year. Originally, we started with Billy Talent, and then we worked into AC/DC, and we're going to get into some more bands later on this year. For now, we are running it back with yet another AC/DC edition of Random Rankings. This is episode 2. If you guys are not familiar with Random Ranking, two things. Number one, go watch episode 1 of our AC/DC edition of Random Ranking. And if you want, go check out the Billy Talent one as well. And number two, how Random Ranking works. We take every single song that we know from a specific group, we put it on a list. I take that list, I copy and paste it onto randomizer.com or something like that. It's a randomizer list. You can find it on Google. I copy and paste the whole list onto that site. I press randomize, and whatever the first top 10 songs are on that list, we take those and we rank them basically in a top 10 list. And we literally don't know what we're going to get each time. Each time it's completely different. We might have repeats of songs on each list. You never know. With
hmm
this list tonight, all the songs we have not ranked yet, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Uh,
I don't think.
I don't think so, but I mean, could be wrong.
Yeah, like I know a majority of these I don't think we've even ranked yet. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Now, though I had already mentioned what the 10 songs were, also my phone's acting really weird right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find the original 10 list that we had for this episode. Because I already have it written down, but it's already ranked, and I don't want to say it like that. Let me see. I had it somewhere. I think I got it in my screenshots somewhere. I should have got it out before we started, but I am just very tired. Here it is. All right, I got it. So in no particular order, this is our candidates for random ranking episode 2 for AC/DC edition. We've got Riff Raff, Safe in New York City, Go Zone, Sink the Pink, Jailbreak, Code Red, Let There Be Rock, Nick of Time, Shake Your Foundations, and for those about to rock, we salute you. That is our 10 candidates for tonight's episode. This is probably harder than episode 1 because there are like 2 songs from Blow Up Your Video and 2 songs from Fly on the Wall. And if you guys remember from our episode 3 of our ACDC album ranking, literally those 2 albums are in my top 5 and they're like amazing. So this is going to be very difficult. And plus we got some Bon Scott stuff in here too. So that's
hmm
always appreciated.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting because it's like later on in this month and stuff like that. Like we've got like our top 10 ACDC like songs from last year. Um, most of which are probably not going to be on the list for this year. If so, like I'm gonna be shocked.
Same
But
thing with Blank too. Like it's like this is gonna
yeah,
be interesting, but I feel like for this episode, I feel like our list might be a little bit different. Like just based on our tastes of what we prefer with AC/DC and what we don't.
fair. Yeah.
Now, what's nice is we didn't get any songs from Flick of the Switch or Ball Breaker, so that makes me happy. Oh boy. So what we're gonna do? We're just gonna do like this. We're gonna random them off from 10 to 1. Then we'll talk about why we picked what we picked. So who's going first this time?
I'll go first if
Go
I
ahead.
okay. So from 10 to 1. So for my number 10, I did Go Zone. Number 9, I did Code Red. Number 8, I did Nick of Time. Number 7 was Shake Your Foundations. Number 6 was Safe in New York City. Number 5 was Riff Raff. Number 4 was Jailbreak. Number 3 was For Those About to Rock We Salute You. 2 was Sink the Pink, and then 1 was Let There Be Rock.
Okay, so our bottom two are the exact same. Also, you seem to be cutting out on my end. I'm not sure what's going on. And I'm on my hotspot right now, so it should be fine.
Yeah, so just continue.
Okay. So, number 10, I had Go Zone. Number 9, I had Code Red. Number 8 is Shake Your Foundations. Number 7 is Safe in New York City. Number 6, Nick of Time. Number 5, Riff Raff. Number 4, Let There Be Rock. Number 3, For Those About to Rock, We Salute You. Number 2, Sink the Pink. And number 1, Jailbreak.
Hmm, interesting.
Interesting indeed. Oh my god. So let's hear what you have to say. So, okay, so I'm kind of glad that we agreed on our bottom two.
Mm-hmm.
So, with number 10, I actually had to go re listen to Go Zone because, yes, it is from Blow Up Your Video. It is probably the weakest track on the album, in my personal opinion. It's weaker than Nick of Time. That's why I kind of put Nick of Time a little bit higher. Um, Man, it's weird because I usually remember all the songs off of that album because it's literally like one of my favorite albums of all time. I just didn't care for that one. I didn't care for Go Zone.
Me either. I didn't really care for it.
And
It was
then,
it's like
like,
one of those like weak
yeah,
songs.
it is weak. It's kind of a weaker song, even though people say Nick of Time is from that album. Like, really? Like, that song is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And then with 9, we did Code Red again. That's actually the closing track from their newest album, Power Up. I love that album. I like the track too. It beats
hmm
Go Zone because it's more memorable than Go Zone. It's not
hmm
their strongest track of all time, but it's still pretty good.
hmm
Okay, so number 8, I had Shake Your Foundations, and what was yours?
Nick of Time.
Really? Wow.
My number
Wow. So,
7 was Shake Your Foundations.
okay. So with Shake Your Foundations, we'll just talk about this one really quickly. This was on 2 albums. Not only was it on Fly on the Wall, but it was also released again on the following album in '86, known as Who Made Who, which is kind of cool. It kind of shows that this was one of their more successful tracks from Fly on the Wall. Fly on
hmm
the Wall, in my opinion, I know people are probably going to hate me for this because I actually got a comment on a video not too long ago saying that Fly on the Wall was the one of the most overproduced tracks. I beg to differ.
Yeah, I saw that comment.
Like, I'm not being rude. Like, if you go and search on Google, like even Wikipedia even said that this was one of their most underproduced albums. This album was lacking production for this one, especially with the vocals on Brian. We could barely hear
hmm
them. It was
hmm
mainly overpowered by the guitar, which is okay. Like, that album is still good. It's number one on my list. Spoiler alert, it's number one. But yeah, it just goes to show that this track did make a difference on this album. Hence why they put it on Who Made Who. Um, Probably one of the more fan favorites from this album. But
Right.
yeah, I like Shake Your Foundations. It's groovy. It's got a really good vibe to it.
Right, right.
And then you said Nick of Time was your number 8. I put that at my number 6.
Yeah.
Believe it or
I think
not, like, oh wait, go ahead, go ahead.
it's just because like I think it's just like to me, I think it's just more replay value for me in a way.
Right.
That's why I did like what I did. Like Jailbreak, I'll probably listen to like a few more times. Same with, but it's like I've been trying to give For Those About to Rock We So That You another chance. Um, Ended up kind of liking it even more since I knew it's kind of like one of your children in a way.
Yeah, this album is very special to me, just like Fly on the Wall. Nick of Time. I still say this one's more memorable over Go Zone. I actually found this track before we even listened to the album. I was just like searching through AC/DC's fucking catalog on YouTube one day. That came across. I listened to it. I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. Like, this is like way before we started the AC/DC stuff. This is like last summer. I found this song. It's really, really good in my opinion. It just has a different vibe to it.
hmm
Okay, so number 7, I had Safe in New York City, and your number 7 was Shake Your Foundations.
Yeah.
Okay, so we discussed that one already. Safe in New York City, off of Stiff Upper Lip. I I feel like a lot of people were disappointed, and by a lot, I just mean you. Um,
Wow.
when I
It,
put this album where I did, it's just because it really disappointed me after hearing it. It's just like, oh, really? Like that's it?
well, I mean, it's 2000, so it's like not a lot of like we're getting kind of closer to the end of the grunge era a little bit,
Yeah,
and I guess that's probably like like Nirvana was still big, like Pearl Jam and all that, and like Alice in Chains and all that stuff. So it's like those three, probably more. Those groups were dominating that scene, while it's like AC/DC was taking a back seat and like put it on the
yeah. A
back
lot of
burner.
groups were taking the backseat. AC/DC, Def
So
Leppard, basically any group that originated in the 70s or 80s, they were taking the backseat during the 90s, and it sucks. It sucks to say that because they were the ones that really paved the way for these 90s groups to come in.
mhm.
But then again, like I talk down on anything about this because again, all influence another group one way or another. Um, but yeah, Safe in New York City, probably my favorite track from Stiff Upper Lip, and I'm glad we actually got the chance to rank this song somewhere tonight.
It was funny because like my safe in New York City was my number 6, so it's like there's no need to talk about it. The
Yeah, and
next
we
one,
just talked about Nick of Time. I
yeah.
see. I
So
think our number fives are the same too.
my 5 was Riff Raff.
Yeah, too. Oh man, I was just telling somebody tonight on Discord that I need to go re-listen to Power Ridge. I feel like out of all of the Bon Scott albums, that is the one I need to go and re-listen to again because I don't remember much of it, which sucks. Man, Riff Raff. I still say up to this very day, I think that is Angus' best guitar work.
I think there's like a three-headed tie between Riff Raff, Let There Be Rock, and Thunderstruck for me. It's like
Yeah,
a three-head tie.
I feel like Riff Raff is my number one for Angus's guitar work. It's awesome, fucking killer. There's really not much vocal work on that song, which is kind of cool. It really showcases Angus's scale work on the guitar, and it's just I love it. I love Riff Raff.
It's like one of those rare occasions where it's like they let the music do the talking sort of
Right.
thing, which is kind of like
Oh man, I really need to go listen to Power Edge again. It has been a way too long, and I
it's
need
been a
to go
while.
do it. What sucks is like I said, my fucking premium out right now, so like I'm gonna have to like do it on YouTube or do it on Spotify and suck it up and listen to ads.
Yeah, I mean that's why I did, but
Hi, number 4. Let There Be Rock was mine. What was yours?
Jailbreak.
Re- really? Wow. Okay. Well, I'll get to
That's what
Jailbreak in a minute.
that's why I said like it's the replay value for me.
All right.
That's what I based it on.
Man, Let There Be Rock. We have some personal inside jokes with that song.
That was my number one, to be honest with you.
So our
So
4 and 1 were like really completely flipped.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Let There Be Rock. I love the music video.
Hey kids.
Literally, Resurrection of Jesus, 1977, and the Death of Jesus, 1977.
It's like, and we've like we've talked about like every time that we play a video game, uh like Minecraft and stuff, like we would always make that joke, and it's like the Jesus had resurrected, and then Jesus died. It's just like, oh Christ.
Who are lacking context here. If you go watch that music video on YouTube from 1977, Bon Scott is
hmm
literally dressed like a fucking, I don't know if it's like a preacher or something.
hmm He's
And
almost
like,
dressed like a preacher, and then as soon as he takes off the garb, and then he just jumps, and it looks like he just falls to his.
death.
It's like, whoa,
And
he
Angus
falls
has a
to his
fucking
death.
halo on his head, and it's just like, yes. Angus
It's like
is one of the disciples.
he's he's one of those altar boys. It's like, yes.
Oh
And the
my god.
faces that he makes too.
I love Angus. Like I love like the faces he makes, whether it's in the music videos, the photo shoots. It's just, oh, I literally scream like Angus energy. Like,
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
oh man. Okay, number 3. What was yours?
For those about to rock, we salute you.
Oh, okay. So we agree again. Damn, we do have a similar list tonight. What the fuck? I thought I was gonna have to fucking kill you.
No, like I'll let you have the ACDC albums ranking. Okay, I'm not gonna let you get this one. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
let you kill
this
me
one
on
we kind
this.
of agree on everything almost. So for those about to rock, we salute you. Okay, I'm gonna actually run back to the album exchange because this one pissed me off too. With you,
Oh
you
God,
put this album so low. I'm like, what the fuck? Why?
it's just because of the
Ooh.
replay. Don't boo it. You know I'm right. It's just because of the replay value. But then some. But then again, like I put Back in Black like super low too.
I did too in a way, just because it was like overplayed.
Yeah, I like a lot of songs on that album's like super overplayed. But I had put like like Black Ice at number one and Highway to Hell at number two because like not a lot of those songs on that album are overplayed.
Especially with Black Eyes. Like I rarely hear anything from Black Eyes on the radio anymore.
Yeah, like I hear like maybe Highway to Hell like every once in a blue moon.
I hear that weekly, unfortunately, up here.
But
But yeah, so with this track's also on 2 albums. It's on, of course, for those about to rock, we salute you, but it's also on Who Made Who. So again, this is probably another one of those most successful tracks from AC/DC because it made the 2 albums. Like, that's fucking cool. And I've always liked this track, even growing up as a kid. I heard the live version on the live album, and then I've heard this version. Both are equal, in my opinion, but the live version, wow. I'm gonna have to send
it's
you a link to that, by the way, Dystro. It's really good.
it's it's rare to hear or to it's rare to choose the live version over the like studio version because like yeah like studio it's like you're mixing it and all that stuff and it makes it like sound good, but you hear the raw like vocals and the raw sounds from the live version, and it's like, oh well, I'll just choose this one over the studio one. So I can see what you're coming from with that, to
I'm
be
gonna
honest.
send it to you right now. Because I have this album, and I'm glad I do. It's not mine though; it's my dad's. But technically, it's mine because like when he's gone, he said I can have all of those albums. Um,
Oh,
I need to go find it. Here it is. It's from 1991. I'm gonna send it to you. Listen to it on your own time. Bookmark it. Do what you got to do. I'm sending it through YouTube, obviously, but very very fucking good. And it's like one of those vivid memories from my childhood, just listening to that live album and getting to hear like all the AC/DC stuff that was live, and it's just like wow. Um, Again though, this track it has to be in the top 3 on this list. It's hard to be beaten, to be honest, but there are 2 songs on my list that did beat it.
mm.
So number 2. What's your
Mine
number?
was mine was Sink the Pink.
And again, we agree.
Of course.
So, Sink the Pink, yet again, on 2 albums, Fly on the Wall, and it's
And
also on Who Made Who. Man, this fucking track. This is another fan favorite for a lot of people. This was like my song that I was obsessed with last summer. Like really the whole summer. It was like my song.
right.
Oh man. Like there's really not much to say about this one here. It's really good. Like it's oh
I mean, and plus it's like I think you showed me the video for it, didn't you?
yes. Now with Fly on the Wall, there are a series of music videos all took place in a bar, including this one. So and in this video there's people playing pool in a bar at a pool table.
It's like it's like I know that they did it like all in one day and they just separated all the videos and stuff. It's like I bet you that had to take a long time just to get everything set up and then have to take everything down.
Right. I'm
All
gonna go
that shit.
check and see how many of the songs, excuse me, on Fly on the Wall had a music video. I'm
I
gonna
would
go
say
check.
I know Fly on the Wall did, Sing the Pink did,
Why isn't
maybe.
it showing? Okay, there we go. So, Fly on the Wall, Shake Your Foundations. Danger had one. No shit. I haven't watched that one yet.
Okay. And Sing
Danger,
the
Sink
Pink.
the Pink, and Stand Up. So, literally half the album had music videos.
It just took all place in that one bar scenario.
I need to, like, there's some I haven't even watched yet. I haven't watched Danger and I haven't watched Stand Up yet. I'm gonna have to do that. Or we can do that, like, some night.
Yeah.
Alright, so our number one, I kind of already figured it out. Yours was Let There Be Rock, and mine was Jailbreak.
Hmm.
Man, so Jailbreak, here's something interesting about Jailbreak. It is on Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, but the Australian edition. It's not on the international edition, which is the one that we listen to. So
Hmm.
unfortunately, we did not get to hear this track on that particular album. We had to dig deeper and go to the what's called the Backtracks album that AC/DC had put out.
Hmm.
Um, this was on the Backtracks album, if I'm correct. This is where we heard it. However, I've heard this song way, 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 way before this. I've known this song since I was a child. My dad has it on a CD, like like one of those LimeWire MP3 Rocket recorded CDs from
Burn
back in the
CD.
day. Yes, my on a CD. It was track number 10 on the CD. I remember that. And just before it, Pat Travers played. That was the song before it. It was called Boom Boom Out Go the Lights. It was track number 9. And then after that, it was Jailbreak. And I'm like, oh, yes. And once in a blue moon, if I'm lucky, I hear this song on Show. And when I hear it, I get so fucking excited because this was like another one of my childhood favorite songs by AC/DC. It's heavily underrated, and I had to put it at my number one just because childhood value, but it's also a fucking killer track by Bon Scott.
Right. And then we've already just talked about Let There Be Rock, so there's
That's
nothing
our
more to
Jesus
say.
Christ song.
It's our Jesus Christ album.
Now I'm gonna go look and see here. Jailbreak has a music video, but
Hmm.
it's not on the AC/DC YouTube page. It's on like someone else uploaded it. So we are gonna have to watch that. And it takes place in the middle of like a desert.
Well, I mean, that's I guess that's kind of
Fitting.
fitting. Yes.
Oh man, I'm about to show you that music. We got some shit to do, man. Now we have listened to the whole discography. We just haven't watched all the music videos, which we'll get to.
It takes time,
It
but
takes
we'll get
time.
through.
That's the fun part, though. Like it's a stress reliever. That's the fun part. Just go watch all the music videos and get to hear all your favorite songs again.
And watch some old nostalgic TV shows on another day.
Oh yeah. So I think that's gonna end it. I know this is a really, really short episode compared to lately all of our episodes, but it doesn't hurt. That's the end of Random Ranking ACDC Edition Episode 2. Did our list kind of match yours? If you guys want, take all 10 of those songs, rank them on your own list. Let us know what you'd choose and where you'd put everything. I think for the most part, we pretty much agreed on almost everything.
We grade on 5 out of 10, so we did
That's
something
pretty
good.
fucking good, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm raising you right.
Reason me right.
So this Sunday, no, we're not done AC/DC. No, this continues. So Sunday, we are breaking down an album we just mentioned tonight, Fly on the Wall. Literally my number one favorite album of all time by AC/DC. I am super thrilled to do this. Um, this album is my baby, and if you ask anybody that knows me online or even a couple of my in real life friends, they will tell you this album is my baby. I love this album. It's literally
Hmm.
one of the only albums I've really listened to over and over and over in a span of a few months. I've listened to it more than 10 times in a span of a few
Hmm.
months. And I've only known this album since the fall, which was like October. So I'm very excited to rank this album with you guys. It's 10 tracks long, and I'm sure Dice was excited too.
It's it's when you had announced it to me, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, it's kind of fitting because it's like it's Marissa's favorite album of the world, and I was like, okay, and I get to do my own notes.
Yeah, me too. I already did mine. I'm looking at it right now as we speak.
Yeah, I did mine. I did. I got a lot of meanings for like 7 of the songs.
Hey, that's fine.
I could not find like any for the last three at all.
It
I
happens. It happens.
was like,
Yeah, we can always like put our own interpretation on the songs too, like what we
yeah,
found, like in our heads.
that's what I was gonna do for the last three.
So if you guys are ready for a breakdown of Fly on the Wall, be sure to tune in this Sunday. This is probably an episode I'm like the most excited for out of everything we've done so far this year. Oh, I'm actually more excited for this than I was for the Neighborhoods breakdown we did for Blink, and that album too is a really good one.
Hmm.
So Daystro, what's our song of the night?
Okay, so tonight, after this episode, we're gonna be starting our Def Leppard journey,
Mm-hmm.
and I figured, since like we're gonna be starting the Def Leppard journey, I'll just go ahead and just start it off with a bang. Um, I'm gonna do Def Leppard Photograph.
Okay, from Pyromania. That's a pretty solid track.
I almost forgot it for a second. I was like, wait a minute, what? No.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I actually like that track. I like the album too. It's like one of the only Def Leppard albums I still have in my possession right now. Tonight we're starting with High and Dry, which is from 1981. I'm very excited to hear that as I haven't heard that album in a very long time. My dad has it on cassette tape. If that tells you anything.
he's a
I don't have
he's
the
a
CD
dinosaur.
version, which sucks. But yeah, he's old school. He's old school, all right.
Oh.
Ah.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are interested in hearing Photograph by Def Leppard for Song of the Night, this should be a top right at the top right hand corner of the episode. It should be a link. You guys can go ahead and click on that. It'll take you to the video. Go ahead, listen to it. It's probably one of Def Leppard's more overplayed songs, in my personal opinion. Just because
Yeah,
I listen to FM radio and I hear that song a lot.
I hear that one a lot, and then pour some sugar on me a lot.
I don't know if people really notice, but I'm more of a deep track, like a deep cut version, like a deep cut person, like for tracks. Like I'm more of like into the deep cut tracks on albums, like stuff that doesn't get played a lot, stuff that's really underrated, like that kind of thing.
Right.
That's what I like about listening to all these albums for the first time, or even again. I get to hear tracks that either A, I don't remember hearing, or B, come across new tracks I've never heard before, and then find out I really freaking like them.
It was like when we did the Blink discography, when we
Oh,
first listened to Neighborhoods, you were like jamming like after midnight, like a lot.
Yes, I'm still listening to that song a lot actually, and we're literally done Blink now, and like that was our first album.
Yeah.
Neighborhoods is our first album we listened to. I'm still listening to like all the tracks on that like nightly. It's really good. It really, really is. But all right, so if you guys stuck around to the very end, we greatly appreciate your support. Be sure to follow us on social media by clicking on the link in the description below, which should take you to Linktree. It has our Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit on there. So follow us on there to keep up to date with the podcast. And Dystro's gaming YouTube channel is there as well. He hit 400 subscribers literally a day or two ago. So congrats to him.
hmm It was February 28th, like the near end of last month.
So now we are on the road to 500 subs for him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he might hit 1,000 by the end of the year, guys.
You never know. I mean, Ken's kind of predicted it.
He's a
He's
fucking wizard.
shit. Well, he is like a wizard because of all his long hair that he's got.
God, we're not gonna start. Oh. But yeah, Daisha uploads weekly gaming content. Sometimes I'm on there too. We just did some 2K22 stuff this past Monday together. We,
And some skate stuff the other
and we
night.
also did a way out 2 nights ago.
hmm Which that was fun.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
always
love that
fun.
game. I absolutely love that game to pieces. So be sure to go sub to Dystro on his YouTube channel. Give him some love and share his content around. Spread the word. And once again, be sure to listen to tonight's song of the night, Photograph, by Def Leppard. And thanks for joining us, guys. And we'll catch you guys this Sunday. Peace.
Peace.